that's what we're taught. And then some people are like, but you gotta be real. Like, but that same person who says you gotta be real will be like, oh, but yeah, Jesus rose from the dead, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
It's like there's like different roadblocks that like they'll be like, oh, this is where it's just meant to be taken, as a story, but everything else for sure. But there's like everyone has a different point where they do that.
Yeah.
It's so strange to me.
It's to each their own, man.
I know, but I don't know. Like, what in their mind? I mean, I used to be there, but like, even when I was in there, I was like, none of this can be real. None of this like stuff. The fucking Jonah and the whale. That can't be fucking real.
I think they're just people that are like made like from birth that are like gonna like automatically question things or automatically be like,
skeptical.
from nothing. Skeptic, but I mean like. It's more than that when you're a kid. When you're young, you're not skeptical.
Well, no, I have a feeling that every kid has that, like...
Yeah.
Like, why are we...
I guess it's skepticism
The first question I had when I was, like, 7 or something, I asked my mom, I was like, why do we go to church every Sunday? And she's like, well, because we're supposed to. I'm like... But why? We just sit there. Like, there's nothing happens. She's like, no.
And then she was like, you're not supposed to just sit there. You're supposed to be like...
You're supposed to, like, feel something, man.
And I'm like, but nothing. She's like, but this is the moment when, like, Jesus comes down to earth in the Eucharist. I'm just like, like, I don't see anything. Nothing happens, man. Nothing happens. And if he did, people would be...
This is bullshit.
No, but I was like, if this did happen, people wouldn't be sitting there, like, bored as shit. Like, if they really thought that was happening, they wouldn't be thinking about going home.
Well, that's just
the second it's over.
Right?
I don't know. It's just, it never fucking made sense
to me. People ain't committing, really.
That's Catholic,
Catholic 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
I mean, the thing is... Other like Christian faiths when they're like dancing in church, that's when
speaking in tongues and shit.
Yeah, that's when it makes sense.
Oh yeah, not in person.
Oh, I've
never seen it in person.
I'm saying in person.
You seen it in person?
Oh yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude.
Wait, did you go?
I went with a friend. My friend of mine like found God or whatever. Thought that he was religious in high school again, and I went with him just like moral support.
Yeah, that happens.
And it was like I don't know what kind of church, but...
Baptist, usually.
I guess. Baptist, I think, because I grew up going to some Baptist
some
church.
sort of evangelical,
gobbledygook.
Another one that starts with a P.
But it was like, he was doing like, there was some music, and he did some kind of music. And there were people in the fucking shit that were like up and dancing, and like people were like, and I was like... Like this was high school. I was probably like
in tongues and
10th grade or
that's
something.
That's some groupthink shit gone wrong.
Yeah,
like that's some like I've seen other people do this, so if I do it, like
that's the power of a mass delusion. Right there.
Yeah, it really is.
It's really scary. I think how easily humans can be like. I really do believe that there's plenty of rational people that have been overtaken by this stuff, and it scares me.
Have you seen Jesus Camp?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Since this is a movie podcast,
It hurt to watch that.
Yeah, since this is a movie podcast, we better get into some movie talk.
But have you seen Jesus?
Yeah, it's great.
It was scary. It was all scary.
Yeah.
Especially the end.
I don't remember the whole thing.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
I got so mad. My friend that I was living with got so mad that he started throwing things at the TV, and like I think he punched a hole in the wall.
Damn.
Yeah. That must run in your friend group.
Hairclub movie. Yes, it does. I punched the wall once. Hairclub movie. 'Cause it's the Hairclub movie.
2017.
Welcome.
2017.
Welcome to the Hair Club for movies.
I was trying to get you to put that in the song, but it didn't work.
I was like 7? What do you want?
I couldn't do...
You gave me 5.
I could do this and try and make 17.
7. Hey, shocker. This is the Hair Club for movies.
A movie club podcast where we pick a movie and talk about it.
Mm-hmm. This week, it was my pick.
My name's Drew.
I'm Andrew.
My name is Michael.
I was trying to keep the corniness flowing.
Gotta keep the... You know how you keep the corn flowing. You gotta eat yogurt, and then first you eat corn the night before.
Corn and yogurt.
And then you poop it out.
What movie did you pick, Andrew?
I picked Munich. Our first, am I wrong? Is this our first Steven Spielberg our entire podcast?
Steven!
That's a good question.
I think it is.
Steven.
Knowing us, none of us were gonna pick a widely known movie. Yeah.
A big on up there flick.
A big on up there.
I tried to pick like one of the lesser known Steven Spielberg movies, or less.
I can't think of one like they're all pretty big.
They're all pretty big. That's what I mean. Like maybe
this was a big movie.
Honestly, this might be the
AI
one that people.
don't watch.
Oh yeah, AI is probably not very good.
Yeah. No. I mean, like
AI's not good.
It's good, but like it's like people don't watch it or talk about it as often as like Jaws or fucking
that Haley Joel Osment though.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
What? You're sexually attracted?
No, that's a good child actor. Let me tell you, his performance in The Sixth Sense that shook me.
Shook me to my
core.
Yeah, I double checked. This is definitely the first Spielberg.
All right. Yeah.
Do you have a list? Oh, we have.
No, we got. Yeah.
Cool. Well, Spielberg. That's our Spielberg alarm.
Now, when did you guys watch this? Did you both watch this last night or 2 nights ago?
The other night.
We had. We apologize for the long break, but I actually watched half of it, and then I had to rewatch the whole thing because I waited so long, which is fine because I love. I guess I'll start out by saying I love this movie.
Yeah,
it's great. It's long, but
loved it.
I don't know. There's enough that happens.
There's a lot that happens.
There is a lot that happens.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's about. I don't know what prompted him to make this movie, but it's like it's a few different things going on. There's a storyline about this historical event that happened in Munich, Germany, where there were hostages taken and people were killed during the Olympics. But there's also the other storyline that's about this dude reacting to it and like sort of getting revenge and only revenge against the people who perpetrated it. But there's constant flashbacks going between two storylines.
Yeah, like he's having nightmares, and you could only assume that the main character, Abner...
It's like daymares, too. Like, fucking...
But,
whatever.
Eric Bana,
Eric Bana. Yeah, Eric Bana.
He is almost like... He's so stressed out just thinking about this horrible attack that happened. That was... In all the events... violent and like terrorist events that happen in this film, that first one has to be the most aggressive.
Yeah.
Because it's people just going in and killing athletes.
Yeah.
And this is about the conflict between Israel and Palestine and the effects that it had on world politics.
It was incredible. Like, how did you like it?
No.
You did not like it at all?
No.
Really?
Dude.
Did you think it was a bad movie, or is it just not your...
It's just like... First of all, you're supposed to feel... I don't know, are you supposed to feel, like, sympathetic towards Eric Bana's character?
I think so, yeah.
Because I don't at all. Like, I feel like he's, like, just... He's not any better than people... No, like, people taking crazy revenge and, like, killing... Obviously killing...
I think you're supposed to feel one way at the beginning and a different way at the end.
Absolutely, a different way at the end. Well, there's so many points when you're supposed to change the way you think.
I understand what it's saying, and I understand the weight of this movie, and I understand that it is a good movie. Technically, whatever. It's a fucking... It's heavy.
Yeah.
But, like... we're jumping to the end, but whatever, just to,
just to cover
this. Usually, in order to give the highest mark, which, 2017, maybe new rating system?
What do you mean?
I've been thinking about this.
Oh, no, I like our rating system.
Because there's no minutia on the scale.
Okay, so how many steps do you want here?
I don't know, like a gradient.
We have the minuses and pluses.
Yeah, okay, fine, all right. But anyway...
So if you include the minuses and pluses,
usually what
like
I say, to give it a Drew is to, like... be able to recommend it to somebody.
Yeah.
That's baseline.
And watch it
again. So I feel like I'm not going to tell anybody they should go watch this movie. Because it's just like...
I can see why, obviously.
Mostly just... I don't know.
If you tell someone to watch this movie, like just out of the blue, it could be like... seem weird because it is like a really disturbing and like.
Well, I can deal with
movie.
disturbing and aggressive. I guess it's just also like. I don't know. I have a problem with historical movies. Like
I know you do.
I don't see the reason for them. Like this kind of stuff, like kind of glorifies like this kind of violence and like.
I don't think it does not glorify.
Not this movie.
This movie is really trying to show you how both sides are at fault.
Well, not glorify, but like. Like I don't know. I don't like it. I don't know.
That's okay.
You don't have to like it. It really is a movie that is not.
I know I don't.
It's not like.
It's just It's just not my fucking cup of tea.
Yeah.
But also like
movies like this, though, I would argue though are important.
Oh, absolutely. I understand that it's important, but I usually don't give a shit about important movies.
That's fine.
Whatever.
That's fine. That's you, man.
But hey, don't mind me. I did like a lot about it.
Yeah.
About you know what I mean.
Yeah.
As a movie.
Well, this is gonna be a hard one to summate.
I don't even know if we should, but do it quickly.
Try.
Killing.
No, there's the attack on the Israeli Olympic team.
Yes.
By Palestinians. And
then there is the perceived reaction by a group of Jewish Israelites who actually
ragtag group of assassins.
This movie's basically like Ocean's 11, but like
it's the A-team Jew.
Yeah, the Jew.
It's the J-team.
No, but there should be.
If this movie was just a comedy, I would love it.
A comedy about
they just like had some zingers in there every once in a while.
Man.
Love it.
So the Israeli government organizes an undercover group of 5 people to go kill the 11 members of like the Palestinian special forces.
The people Black September.
Yeah, Black September.
Which is a great like emo band too.
Yeah, I was just about to say it sounds like a what is it? A Green Day. I mean, it's Green Day mixed with fucking My Chemical Romance or something like that. Black September.
Well,
but they okay.
Their album,
they make it
Jihad
very
on My
clear.
Heart is amazing.
They make it very clear that these 5 guys are not the best suited for the job. They're sort of like they all have their own skills, but they're not. No one's really the best person because they have to be like unknown and subversive.
I wanted to see like a shot where it's like boom, and then their dossier right next to them has like their age.
That would be so easy.
That's the movie I wanted.
I'm so glad Spielberg is above that shit.
Michael Bay. Presents Munich.
He did that recently where like Michael Bay Presents Munich. He would do that like where every scene was like this huge gunfight and like with cars flipping over.
Yeah, every
shit.
movie.
I know, but I'm just saying
at a certain point, not every. There's some good ones. Anyway, sorry, I'm completely fucking.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
Jeez.
These 5 people, kind of, they don't have to do this, but like they sort of are like emotionally motivated enough to do this at first. They're like,
a lot of this movie is about the pride of Jewish culture.
Yeah.
And like what.
Well, that's what I mean. Like
especially after this horrific event, like they're
volunteering, essentially. Like
the movie or the book this is based on is called Vengeance.
Oh yeah.
If they call this movie Vengeance, like
Munich is a much better title.
Yes.
But that is a theme here. At least. Yeah.
Oh,
it would have to be. If it were Vengeance, it would have to be like starring Jason Statham. You know what I mean?
Jason Segal or Steven Seagal.
He could play a Jew.
Yeah,
sure. Steven Seagal.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Vengeance, a movie that's just called Vengeance.
No, but it's
a Seagal movie.
No, it's the same movie. But instead of Eric Bana, it's Jason Statham. That movie's called Vengeance.
Okay. Well, all right.
That
still works. I'm still thinking of like a B movie. A movie called Vengeance has to be like a B, low budget, like like just all like sci-fi actors, or whatever.
Tara Reid
in there. She's
is Tara Reid dead?
Hey Siri.
No. She's not dead. She's just not in the news anymore. That's a lot of people mistake celebrities who aren't in the news for dead. It's so funny.
Someone was convinced that Betty White was dead the other day.
Oh yeah, she just turned 95 or something. She just turned
95, and she's actually the only Golden Girl that's alive.
Oh wow!
Sadly,
she's the Golden Girl.
She's the most Golden Girl.
Yeah, the most golden. Anyway, these assassins go finding these members of Black September via these French. I don't even know what to call them. They're like informants /
Louis and his dad.
Yes,
they're like
they know people.
The mafia.
They know people.
Right?
They never explain really what they do. They just have
to
context.
be a Godfather
They sound
situation.
well, yeah. And I actually one of my notes here is because there's a scene where they take Abner to like the secret family getaway, and almost every organized crime movie needs to have this Olive Garden scene.
Yeah,
it happens in almost every single one where there's this big family event in the literal Olive Garden.
Yeah. But this is France.
They're not wonder if there's been like a parody of them in an Olive Garden. Like, and if there isn't, then let's fucking
like free unlimited breadsticks.
No,
it's the end of The Sopranos. Even though I haven't seen, I know the last scene. But they're just eating. It's nothing.
Well, it starts with the hero getting blindfolded, and they're like, well, you're going to have to wear this. They drive him around the block, and they walk him into the back of the Olive Garden. When they reveal the blindfold,
through the
there's
kitchen,
a waiter wearing the Olive Garden name tag, and he's like, welcome, would you like your unlimited breadsticks?
That'd be a great opening scene.
Man.
Like, you walk him through the kitchen, like Goodfellas style.
Yeah.
And then you sit,
And then it's
double
Olive Garden.
Double.
Yeah. There's like kids at the other table, and like with like a mom.
Yeah, it's like
clearly like white suburban Americans.
You can see outside the
windows.
Yeah. There's like just other. There's like a Steak and Shake across the street.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like you can see all of this.
Listen, the joke is it's an Olive Garden. Okay, that's all we need.
No, I know. I'm just.
Hi, welcome to Olive Garden. That's all we would need. Okay, sorry. Fuck.
All right, so back to Munich. No, I think this movie. I love most Spielberg movies, and there's so many. I've only seen this movie now like 3 times.
Okay, yeah.
There's so many incredibly memorable scenes I'll never forget. That, like the telephone scene. When
oh my god, yeah.
They are. It's one of the assassinations they have rigged.
The second one.
When they
plastic explosives in this guy's phone, and the little girl picks it up. I mean, I think this movie does a good job of adding depth to characters on both sides. Mm-hmm. Like, no one is just a hero or a villain, and these guys.
It's so important.
They have this wrath, this vengeance in their blood, but they still can't stomach killing a little girl, no matter like what that is.
It's very important.
I love like after that scene where they like don't fucking all the tension, and then like don't do it, and they don't do it. And then she leaves, and then they like okay, boom, and then just like the beat that I laughed at that because that was funny to me. Like okay, boom, like
the little girl's gone, kill the guy.
Fuck it, like we're here to do a job still. Don't fucking forget about it. Because a lot of movies would be like, oh, we got to come back again,
seriously,
some other time. You know what I mean?
There is a beat. They just kind of look at each other. It's like, well, we're still and then they just do it.
I laughed out loud at that one. Maybe that says
even though I've seen this movie. I think 3 times now too. Mm-hmm. I forgot that scene every time, and I forgot the outcome of that scene every time. So I was terrified both times. That little girl was going to die because the first one when the guy gets shot outside the elevator, and it's just so intimate and intense that you don't feel like they're both just staring at him. He's like knows he's about to die, trying to just get them to put down the gun. He's like an old dude with groceries. And he gets murdered. Mm-hmm. That's so intense that, like, I thought, oh, does this little girl die too? Because I remember none of these murders feeling like satisfying.
When I saw that he had a little girl, I was like, well, she's gonna die. Mm-hmm. You know, they put it out there pretty heavy-handed. So it's uncertain.
Yeah, exactly, and especially just the fact that the stakes are, pure realism and murder. Like, I thought she was going to die all 3 times because I somehow forgot. But luckily she didn't. And
then Munich 2 is her taking revenge on all these. Or just Eric Bana, I guess. Who else is the only one that's alive?
Daniel Craig survives.
Craig survives too.
But he's also, in the end...
But he becomes an operative for...
I was going to
say... he becomes James Bond.
Daniel Craig's character is the only one that, in the very end, like, I feel like is truly an asshole. Like, he was
an asshole the whole time.
He says his line, I think, is one of the most cold-blooded lines in this whole movie. The only blood I care about is Jewish blood. I am willing to kill whatever or whoever it takes to make sure that we can kill these people.
I think he says that after the Americans stop him in Britain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's so hateful and like
Wait, no, that's not after.
Reminds me
it's before that happens.
Magneto.
A little bit, yeah. Maybe not. I don't know.
Caring about
also Jewish.
Also Jewish?
No, he cares about mutant blood. He'd kill some non-mutant Jews. Magneto.
No, but maybe that hate came from...
I'm just kidding. This is obviously that story.
Munich 2, it's Daniel Craig's character that's come back and he's like, I'm killing everyone that's not a Jew.
Wait, isn't Eric Bana Cyclops?
No, he was the Hulk.
He was the Hulk, a very bad Hulk.
Shitty Ang Lee Hulk.
Okay. He was a very bad
It was
Hulk.
like Frankenstein.
Who plays Cyclops in those early ones?
No, that's what's his
fuck
face?
you.
He looks like Eric Bana, doesn't he?
No, he doesn't.
A little bit.
Not at all.
He could be. Eric Bana was a fucking awesome villain in the Star Trek movie. The J.J. Abrams
the first one.
Star
That
Trek
was
movie.
Eric Bana?
Dude, Eric Bana was the fucking shit in that movie.
That movie's great.
Yeah, it's
that
a
movie
great
made me
movie.
like Star Trek. I mean, that's that's what
Seriously.
everyone says, but
Yeah, that movie made me like Star Trek too.
Yeah.
I did not like Star Trek before that.
James Marsden.
I would have fucking
James Marsden.
gotten
Looks
that.
tiny bit.
God,
Bana.
just
barely.
He's got brown hair.
brown-haired white guy.
He's got brown hair.
We all look the same.
Yeah. A little bit of stubble too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Handsome as hell.
Okay.
You're
anyway.
telling me.
Hey, preaching to the choir. Am I right?
Back to Munich. I think out of all of the scenes, I think the most memorable scene for me was the moment when they are in this safe house, like the J5 crew are in the safe house.
J5 Jurassic.
They
Jurassic 5.
I don't know how, like, they get a tip from Louis to like meet in the safe house before this murder or whatever, and then all of a sudden these sort of like a mirror image of their crew comes in. Like, it's a bunch of dudes probably doing the same job, but they start pointing guns at each other.
P crew.
It's
P-team.
yeah, exactly, yeah. And they start pointing guns at each other. They all sort of talk each other down and sort of have a slight bonding moment when they're all just sleeping together.
Well, and they play American music. Remember?
Exactly.
They're
Yeah,
both fighting over the radio. I don't remember what song it is.
It
but
was
they
like
agree
Marvin
on.
Gaye or Al Green or something.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. And there was that
like
brief moment, and then Eric Bana and the leader of that other group are in the stairwell. Just sort of, Eric Bana's not letting him know that he's a Jew, because they eventually start talking, and Eric Bana realizes, oh, this is not someone who's friendly at all. And then they
Or hostile.
What was it? They have this conversation, this really intimate conversation about like politics and like getting to know each other, and then like not even an hour later, it's like they are fully fighting each other, and then Eric Bana in the car murders that guy, just shooting out the window.
I do think it's the next night. I think
it's the next night?
Yeah, because I think they all go to sleep that night, and then it's the next night when they are pulling the job. Where
you're right. It
there's
has
the one character who's like probably the least characterized, the older bald guy.
Yeah.
He does so few things that make him stand out, but they are good.
Yeah.
He's the one that grabs the grenade.
Grabs the thing.
They never really tell you what his specialty is, but then he's the one that like gets that shit done.
Yeah.
When the bomb again does not detonate.
Yeah.
And he goes in, he throws. Remember?
It was like
he's like the old guy in Ocean's 11.
Kinda, yeah.
Yes.
He's like Saul.
Yeah, Saul. That's his name.
It's funny how you remember that name.
I watched it just recently.
Honestly, the only
Those
name
movies
I
are
can
great.
remember
Yeah, they're
is
great.
Abner from this entire movie.
Abner. That was the main guy.
Is
Eric Bana.
Is their like informant from the Israeli government? Ephraim. What's his the actor's name?
Informant.
No.
He's
Geoffrey Rush.
Oh, Jeffrey Rush.
Jeffrey
I didn't know
Rush,
it was Jeffrey
duh.
Rush for like the first 10 minutes.
How?
'Cause
Jeffrey
his
Rush. Nobody looks like Jeffrey.
Yeah,
Rush.
no one looks
But
like
he had those
Jeffrey Rush.
his glasses were pretty like obstructed.
Yeah.
They were, and he had like full head of hair in this movie, didn't he?
Yeah,
Something
well, like the
that.
first couple scenes, I didn't know it was him. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
He is great.
But I knew I
He's
recognized who
You
it
know,
was.
and I know I wasn't as big a fan of that. The Better Offer.
The Best Offer.
the best offer.
But he did an awesome job.
That was a great
he's
one.
Still like
that was Andrew's best pick, probably.
You think that's my best pick? I would love that pick, but
That's probably my favorite pick.
Oh, okay. I mean, it had to do with
just
art.
off top.
I'm sure.
Off top of my head. Off top.
Yeah, that's true.
That's your new catchphrase. Off top, baby.
No, I can see how.
I actually have T-shirts.
You know
getting
why?
made to say "off top, baby," and then my Instagram.
I'll accept that. I'll accept that as probably my best pick so far because it was out of nowhere. No one knew about it, and it was pretty good. And it was bad art. Yay!
Yeah, that was a good one.
It was decent.
That's what I mean, like, because it was. I had never even heard of it, and it was good.
Yeah,
I've not heard of some movies. In Bruges.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. In Bruges is my first one.
I love that movie.
Love that movie.
Good
Anyways,
I've watched that.
Let's quit reminiscing.
I was about to, okay.
Aren't we great?
It just struck me as like the biggest turning point in the movie was when he just murders this. Like they look right into each other's eyes and know that
he's like, "Fuck."
They lied. Like he lied to him, and he's his deepest enemy, and he's sort of like conflicted because he like even the Palestinian is like, this was a real person, and he's now completely changed in front of my eyes, and he's murdering me, and I'm like his world is shattered when he gets shot. It seems like I don't know.
I feel like there's an instant of remorse, and I think the most chilling thing is that Avner comes out of that remorse quicker. That's why he wins the gunfight because they both feel it, but Avner's like, I still have to kill you.
Yeah,
quicker than the other guy.
Yeah, he has
and that's
that.
why he survives.
Exactly.
He's a cold-blooded. I think he's kind of not the smartest guy, too.
Yeah, it's kind of they don't really
human.
show him as the most strategic. He's the leader, but he's not.
I just mean like they had him. He was like a bodyguard. I think he's just like he can do his job well, but like
Well, I think a lot of this is who has
is obviously
the
not
stomach for it.
Yeah,
I think a lot of it was just who is gonna fucking do this.
Well, he was in
because you have to be cold blooded.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like they desensitize you in fucking the military.
So one of my favorite scenes has to do with Kieran Hines' character, who I think is awesome. Right before he dies, Do you remember that the lady that tries to pick up Avner at the bar in the hotel bar?
She's got the very distinguishable perfume.
Yeah, that kills the guy.
Yeah. They have a conversation right before Kieran Hines' character, Hank? No.
I think it was. It could. Right? That sounds right.
Carl. Right before he goes in and meets her, he says he was born reluctant and goes on to explain like why feel like he has to be the cautious one.
Oh yeah.
And his role in that group, I don't know. I just thought it was really good. Good moment, and then
I wish I would have wrote down that conversation. There's a lot of dialogue in this movie that is so crafty. But it's hard to make notes and just write down a whole paragraph and repeat it. I wish I could just knew it off the top of my head.
Well, that's what notes are for.
There's a very interesting quote in this movie that sort of it's after that moment when Carl gets assassinated or whatever. It's the first time they lose someone. They go back to Louis
and they kill the first person they kill in the group is probably the most heartbrearking. Too. You know,
because he
just seemed like the most logical.
He was very I don't know, straightforward. He wasn't emotional and he wasn't he also wasn't apologetic. He was just very stand-up dude. But after he dies, they go back to Louis and his father and kind of figure out that they gave the people who murdered Carl their names. That Louis is sort of just, he says it right off the bat, we sometimes we help governments, sometimes we help people who want to take out governments, sometimes we help people this way and that way. They don't decide, they just give people fucking names.
Exactly,
they can get money.
Exactly the reason why they would have had two opposing teams that want to kill each other in the same house, or the same safe house. At the same time.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
They just don't care. They're just you're just people that are paying us for information in a safe house.
They have no stake in it. They're not on someone's side. They're just given names. They go back and kind of find out that Louis gave them names for them to be killed. And what was it? Louis' dad, basically the Don or whatever, says this quote from the Bible, which is probably one of my favorites. Is victory doesn't go to the strong, nor fortune to the wise, but time and chance happens to them all. Meaning that the things that are supposed to happen don't always happen, but time and chance always happen.
Sure,
always happen. Like justice isn't ever always served.
Random chaos.
It's kind of in essence that's kind of what it's saying.
But it's everybody has a chance.
But exactly, it's it's sort of just saying that shit happens, but in a more elegant way.
And I think Eminem wrote a really great song about it.
Who did?
Eminem.
Eminem?
Yeah.
What song?
It's called Lose Yourself.
Oh, really? I've never heard of this one.
One chance.
Really?
One shot.
Is this about spaghetti?
For some moment to... I don't know how to play it.
We're gonna go find out.
Spaghetti.
No, we're gonna take a break and you're gonna sit on that laptop and learn that keyboard. Laptop.
Not telling me what to do.
Don't break it.
Okay.
Don't break that keyboard.
Don't break the keyboard.
Break it.
Well, I wasn't good. I was just trying to teach them how to learn.
Anyway, how does Munich end?
Actually, the ending...
I wrote, lol at death of hostages while coming. That was the fucking weirdest
That
does not need to exist.
Really unnecessary. I like how they show how Abner is now, paranoid, but he still has to, go back to his life.
Yeah.
One of the most interesting conflicts for me is between Abner and Ephraim, where Ephraim... Geoffrey Rush's character. Wants the information on Louis and his informants in Europe, and he won't give up Louis and I don't know his dad's name.
That's what breaks their relationship.
Yeah,
and permanently.
They meet on a river. I don't remember what the hell city they're in.
It's New York.
Is it New York?
Yeah.
And the final scene. From Abner to Ephraim, he says, break bread with me. It's like a Jewish tradition.
Right. Exactly,
You ask another Jew to break bread, they have to do it. And if Ephraim had no guilt about what he had done, the impact of his actions and the Israeli government on Abner, then he
probably would have.
He probably would have said yes. But it's by saying no, it's obvious that he feels so much guilt that he can't sit down with this man.
He ruined these people's lives.
I was confused by that interaction.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's what
I knew that he was whatever, dissing him.
It's not.
I didn't know exactly why.
I don't think it was a diss. It's just he can't stomach it.
It's also it's at the very last moment, sort of this geopolitical theme. It's break bread, and then the person just says no.
Yeah.
That's just it. It's kind of, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. It's can we get over this? And then another person says no. And that's it.
And then you keep fighting.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. It's really brilliant.
Israeli-Palestinian conflict muffin. You remember that video?
What?
The muffins? Remember the movie, the shoes video?
Oh, yeah.
The guy that made the shoes video made a muffins video.
I remember that. Early. That's early internet.
Blood muffin. Yeah, E-Bomb's World shit. Every time I think of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, I automatically think of Israeli-Palestinian conflict muffin.
I'm honestly...
Because I'm a fucking stupid, moronic fucking caveman of a person.
I mean, that's the most memorable thing.
That hates Munich.
Yeah.
With that, I think
I have no culture.
What's this?
Okay. We're back.
We're back.
And...
Bye-bye!
All right. Now, Michael, you said you had...
That's my favorite part.
you said you had some final thoughts.
You guys ever
Munich.
seen the movie Amelie? I have.
Amelie?
Yes.
Did you guys recognize the bomb maker as the love interest from Amelie?
Oh,
I haven't seen that movie.
You never seen? That's a great movie.
That is a great movie.
Yeah.
I've seen that quite a few.
French romantic.
Amelie. Amelie.
Yeah, whatever.
Amelie. I'm alive.
I think you'll find that there's a lot of movies I haven't seen.
What I think you'll find about me is I haven't seen that many movies.
Anyways, so his character, the bomb maker, was he really terrible at his job.
Yes.
For one thing. Okay.
Well,
yes.
he wasn't a bomb maker.
They do make that clear. So he,
out.
like I said at the beginning, it's a ragtag team. This guy's not really.
He is
supposed to be doing what he's doing.
He is a toy maker.
Yeah.
Well, in the beginning, he says that his first excuse is that he disarms bombs instead of makes bombs, and then they're all like, "Huh, that's weird. Why are you doing this?" And then he reveals, "I'm a toy maker." Doesn't he?
No, he said he's a toy maker, and then he
was good with small machines.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
And then he started disarming bombs for the army or whatever. And then they asked him, "Can you build bombs?" And he said, "Sure."
Okay,
basically is what I said.
But also, he does blame it on the explosives and the quality of that stuff. I'm sure part of that might be it as well. But also, so the way he dies, does he blow himself up?
No, he's killed.
Well, that's why I think it was supposed to be made to look like an accident.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. I wasn't sure, though.
Because there's clearly something there that stops.
Yeah.
And then blows up. Like, it's
they built it into his toys, which is pretty sad.
Yeah. It's very sad. His death sucks the most because at the very end, he gets cold feet. He doesn't want to go murder the female assassin, right? That's the one he doesn't want to do.
No, I mean, he has the realization I think the audience has the entire time. Like, you guys all you're doing is perpetuating bloodshed. You're not stopping bloodshed at all. They actually, every character except for Daniel Craig comes to that throughout the film. Like
his soliloquy outside the train is like very just important for the whole movie. Yeah. It's so important because there's something about
part gives me chills every single time.
He talks about like his childhood and like I always had to believe that like we were the good guys or that we were righteous, and this does not feel like that. And then he just, he doesn't do it anymore. And then
he explains why he felt pride in being Jewish.
Exactly.
And how he feels like
his entire like relationship and identity was at risk now, or like it was gone even at that point. It was a really important part of the movie. And you have the face of someone. Yeah, okay.
Oh well, okay.
I didn't like it.
I do think
be mad. No.
So I'm surprised I haven't seen this more often, but in those like clickbait lists, like top 10 movie inaccuracies that'll drive you nuts.
Oh my God.
I feel like we've covered the whole that silenced pistols aren't really that quiet thing.
They did a Mythbusters episode.
Like they really, I don't know what the exact decibel levels is or are, but it's like a normal gun fires at 200 decibels, and then a silenced one is still 100. It's still like someone screaming next door. It's like, but in this movie, they
actually. You'll be able to hear it if you're in the building, but if there's walls between you, I actually think that the point of it is that it's suppressing the actual concussive blast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That distance will be...
It's like, it's not triangulated anymore. It's just focused in one...
But it's not just a little...
No, it's not a whisper by any means.
Well, that you use the fucking cow killer thing from No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
Or the thing when they kill that Dutch assassin lady.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. That part alone, I give a Drew.
Really?
That was a great part.
No, they do.
Because I didn't know what the fuck they were doing. I was like,
I love it. They're putting it together really quick, and she's like shuffling around and tries to seduce him, and they're just like pop.
I thought it was like parts of a gun they were gonna have a piece like Voltron or something.
No, and it was definitely. They're not shown as a team in too many instances, but that's one where like
we can
they
kill
all
a woman
come together
Yeah.
for vengeance.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. We can at least be a team to kill a woman. I know we can't kill a man, but
we're all going to get our shots in here too.
Yeah.
Because that one guy comes up.
The old guy comes in at the end and just puts it in her head.
Yeah.
It's fucking intense.
Yeah.
And then doesn't the old guy leave her dress open? They like, what is it? Eric Bana closes her dress, and then he's like, no, and then fucking
and when they're
so
having that one meal by candlelight, where Abner makes like a shitload of food, the older guy talks about how that's like his major regret is throwing the dressing gown open, to like disgrace her.
Yeah.
Well, they did it because he did the same thing to
like they were angry.
Yeah. What's his name?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Left him naked.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that was the idea.
That's the point.
Carl.
It was just it was dramatic.
In bad taste.
And he apparently just gets murdered on a park bench out of nowhere, like really
that's
silently.
right. And they sit down next to him.
Yeah.
And that's really sad too.
It's so eerie.
Sit down next to his dead body.
Every time someone dies in this movie, it's the most unsettling thing. Mm-hmm. I've never seen movie deaths like this movie. It's so personal and like it makes you feel unsafe even though you're not involved in it at all. It's just so it's crazy.
A lot of the like things were like shot with like such a heavy like shadow on, you know what I mean, in the scenes, like really dark.
Mm-hmm. There is a lot of dark shadows, you know towards
like,
the end
in the dark rooms and shit.
Yeah. That scene when
dark rooms are scary.
When they mention it briefly in the beginning of the movie that Carl's character, he's like, I knew a guy who would go to bed in his closet every night because he was scared of like being assassinated. And then at the end of the movie, towards the end of the movie, Avner is tearing apart the bed, looking in the phone, and looking at every place where he killed someone, and then eventually settling with like sleeping in the closet again, which is like supposed to signify that he's completely lost it. Yeah, he has no, not trust, but like no more like he doesn't feel safe anymore. He regrets everything. It's like this supposed to be this.
He's paranoid.
Yeah, he's completely paranoid. Like everything is all of a sudden not worth it anymore because this is where he's at.
Yeah,
and I think that's the last. He doesn't.
The last
there's no more
scene
murders after that, right?
Fucking somebody, his wife or whatever.
I agree,
and that's
I agree
fucking
with
weird.
You. It seemed
it's
really.
Like
I don't know what the point of that was.
It's like American Psycho or something. I can think about his death.
No, I think.
Come in.
No, I think what it is. It is weird. It's like out of all of the scenes, that's probably the most standout.
It didn't need to be
strange one, but I think what maybe he was maybe he was
stricken.
No, I think I think he's experiencing, this emotional like it's literally a climax. It's emotional climax. It's kind of heavy-handed, but it's the fact that he can't enjoy anything anymore. And he's like with his wife, and he can't. He's with his wife, and he can't, and he's not with his wife.
He's really sweaty.
Does that make sense?
Yes, I get it. I get it. I get it. Yeah. But I didn't like it.
Yeah. Is that what ruined the whole movie for you? Actually,
that last scene.
It might have been.
No, not at all.
I think so.
No, it was just.
I can see why you don't. The movie's got.
It's boring. It's a lot of fucking like exposition. To me, I got attention problems. The movies I like. Give me some cool stuff. Whatever. I don't know, like facts, like true stories, because I get caught up in like I wonder if this happened or not in real life, because a lot of it probably didn't happen. The way that they put like conversations. How can they fucking possibly know?
Sure, they don't have as many details about the actual assassinations as they like.
I get caught up in details like that when I watch things like this.
So wait, you mean if you watch a historical movie, you want to know every single conversation?
No, I don't want to know. I just like I like when I'm reading, I'll fucking read, and I'm like reading something like, oh, I wonder what this thing that I just read about, and I go off.
And
the
then
same way in movies,
you lose your train of thought.
I lose my train of thought, and I'm like, what's going on? I forget. There's a lot of intricacies, a lot of names, a lot of people dying. I'm not sure why these people are killing anybody. Oh, because they're bad. I have a problem with that. Like, oh, well, they gave these names, and they're bad.
Well, they're the 11 members of Black September.
But like, who says?
Says these people.
Exactly. Like, I don't know. I have a problem with that.
Yeah. There was a moment also in the movie when they start questioning
and I'm sure that
these names right?
That's probably a part of it. Yeah. But like,
no, and they actually talk about the guy that's killed with the bomb in the phone. Yeah. Specifically, I think, and they
after they see that he has a kid and stuff, they start. Yeah. I don't know.
Anyways,
fuck me.
What? So what do we all rate this puppy?
I give it a hard Drew.
Ew.
A hard Drew.
Ew. You don't want that.
A hard, sweaty
flashbacking, wisping my moment.
No, I'll give it a Drew. Yeah. I like it.
I'm gonna give it a Michael because I can't recommend it, but I recognize it as a good film.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I recognize what it's trying to say.
Yeah.
So I'm not an ignoramus.
Yeah.
It's not what I'm trying to watch.
I hear you.
So if we're talking recommendations, 2017, I get harder. I get a new me, man. New me. Watch out, because I'm getting real critical.
Yeah, really. Just get out of the way.
Get fucking move, bitch. Fucking get out the way.
Look at your, check your 10 and 2.
Hey,
10 and 2.
Yep, I don't drive, but I gotta get the reference.
Yeah.
You better look at your left and to your right.
Yeah.
And to your...
I don't think that's what it means at all.
Better.
No. It's your hands on 10 and 2.
You're 9 o'clock and you're 3
o'clock. We're talking about safe driving
It's
here.
the most dangerous and most safe to be out on the road.
At 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. AM or PM, both ways.
You said most safe and most dangerous.
Yeah, 10 is you have to know. You have to get the graph.
Who is the quiz?
I do.
Okay,
This guy.
I was about to say. I forgot who won, actually. It's time for the...
Oh, is it?
Yeah, quiz!
Your catchphrases are off this week. Isn't
I don't have a catchphrase.
Hide your kids.
Hide your kids. Time for the quiz.
Which I don't like. I don't support it, but you said it, so I'm going.
I kind of
You said it, and you just say it every single time. So
It does rhyme-ish, so I get where you're going.
Yeah.
Are you referencing
hide your kids,
hide your wife?
No.
Trying to rape you?
I'm pretty sure that's
What?
Crawling in your
I
window,
have no idea what you're talking
snatching
about.
your people up. Trying
It's
to
a
rape
song?
them, so you better hide your kids.
I don't think
It was auto-tune the news. It was like an internet thing, probably 8 years ago.
Holy fuck.
I'll look that up, along with Double Rainbow.
You remember a lot of...
No, I remember
Pointless
that.
pop culture moments. Yes,
I remember that.
I don't remember that, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
we are older, man.
Yeah. You're barely older.
Okay.
But you are older.
Fight me, little bitch.
Anyway,
Are you guys ready? I got Munich.
don't show me, damn it.
I don't think you can read it from there.
I kind of could.
You better make it. You better read it to me.
Well, don't look at it.
I'm sorry, man.
Don't look at it.
Don't look at it. You don't look at my quizzes. Okay.
Go.
Contains the first attempt at a photorealistic CGI animal character in a feature film.
Lord of the Rings.
No way. Why would you think that?
I don't know, man.
Jurassic Park.
Oh, fuck.
No.
The Thing.
Animal, you said?
No.
The Abyss.
No.
Fuck.
Okay.
Wait.
Falls under a loose definition of musical.
Beethoven.
No, not at all.
Amadeus.
No.
I get.
Yeah.
I'm making a joke on what you said.
I was like, did they use CGI in that? Like, for talking about some dogs? No, he didn't talk in that movie anyway. What am I saying?
I think
You said
I
first
know
CGI
this fact.
attempt?
I mean, I'll be honest. That first one's a bit of a red herring, but I just want to.
Okay. All right.
Keep going.
The final feature film for this groundbreaking director.
Oh my god. Tremors.
What? Now,
Tremors?
I mean, of all the things you can think about Tremors,
I like that.
nobody knows who the fuck directed it.
I know. I know.
The bacon.
You said groundbreaking, man. I took a chance. I took a fucking chance, and that's a movie you'd pick anyway.
I do love Tremors.
Yeah.
I love Tremors.
Groundhog Day.
The first one.
Groundhog Day?
It was great.
Groundhog Day?
No. I'm pretty sure Harold Ramis did Groundhog Day, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. It seems around that era.
Yeah.
A member of Monty Python was handily involved in the film.
Rat Race?
Why would anybody pick Rat Race? That's what
I hate that movie. I hate that movie.
I saw it once. I thought it was terrible.
I really hate that movie.
I thought that movie was terrible when I
Time
was
Bandits?
13 years old, I
Is
think.
it Time Bandits?
No, but that's not too far off.
What? Time Bandits is not
Is
off.
it Brazil?
No.
Oh. Is it?
I guess I'll say, speaking on the director, I have more clues, but speaking on the director, we haven't watched another movie that he has directed.
Another movie?
So I guess I give away it's a boy, too.
It's a boy.
So,
We haven't seen one of their movies?
no, but we've talked about them.
Okay.
sure.
So, alright.
Harry Potter?
Should I go through? I want to go through the clues again, and then
Yeah, I guess.
and then I'm going to give you the last two because
Okay.
those are going to be the ones that give it away.
Alright.
All right, so we'll
Speed round.
CGI animal character first use in this
Okay.
one. Loosely defined as a musical. It's got musical numbers, okay? Mm-hmm. Like really, like songs written for it, musical songs performed. But it's not a musical in that there's like whole scenes where
There's
the
song and
story
dance.
is like pushed forward with the songs. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay. The final feature film for this groundbreaking director. A member of Monty Python was handily involved in the film.
Mary Poppins?
No.
Mary Poppins.
It
animated
has puppets. A whole lot of puppets.
Oh my god.
Puppets?
Puppets.
Oh.
Is this Muppets? Anything?
I don't know, Andrew.
You asshole! Muppets go to space. Muppets.
Think outside the
Muppets Lost
box.
in New York.
Dark
That's
Crystal?
not a one. Mm-mm. It's not Dark Crystal. If it was Dark Crystal, I'd not watch it. I hate Dark Crystal. Oh man.
You guys.
I don't know, man.
Came out in the 80s. Guess I'll say that.
Gremlins?
No.
Is this a popular movie? Is this obscure?
This is not obscure.
Oh
That's
man,
obscure.
I'm gonna fucking punch myself.
Puppets.
Labyrinth.
Yep. There it is.
Yes!
Fuck.
Yes!
I love when you guys scream. You can see the cats jump
Sorry,
up.
guys.
What the fuck?
God
it.
damn it, dude. Like, why did it take me that long?
Labyrinth.
Who is the director?
Jim Henson.
Oh.
Why did I not think
Yeah.
of Labyrinth?
Handily involved.
Get it?
That was a pun.
Groundbreaking, like Muppets under the ground.
Alright.
What?
Well,
I haven't seen
all
this
the
at all.
puppeteers
Oh, the way
are
they-
under the.
Yeah, they built a second
you
stage.
ass. God, no one's gonna know that.
Well,
I got it, because I love puppets. If you know me, then you know one thing. It's that I love puppets.
Honestly, I always look at like the last 10 movies we've picked to help determine my next
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
I
I try and do that too. Well, not. I try and pick opposite of what you guys pick.
Yeah, my last clue was stars David Bowie.
I'm sure-
And I was hoping
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to get that far.
Yeah, I'd like to, like, since you picked such a heavy movie, I was hoping he would pick something less heavy.
Yeah.
And then we can,
Well, Andrew.
Well,
Well, sometimes I get discouraged because like I'll pick dramatic movie in my personal history, but in like our overall picks, it's
Yes.
still
It's
spiced
still-
up.
yeah.
So I'm like,
We're
fuck
still spicing. We're all adding our own spice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Stay true to
To that
yourself,
soup.
because we're going to watch it.
to the hair
Yeah,
club.
yeah.
Unless you choose not to.
So,
Or just pause it in
Andrew,
the
I
middle.
think you'll like this. It's a good fantasy movie. Like it's.
Have you not seen The
I
Labyrinth?
haven't seen Labyrinth. Is it like Neverending Story, or is it like?
No, it's-
Yeah, I mean it's similar. You'll
great.
Yeah.
or is it more like Dark Crystal?
It's more
Dark
like...
Crystal is also directed
Henson.
by Jim Henson.
problem with Dark Crystal, I
just
understand,
can't
is
do-
like there aren't any humans in that.
Yeah.
And honestly, the
And there's a lot of disturbing shit.
uncanny valley is very prominent in Dark Crystal, with the main character trying to look more human-like,
Yeah.
but really being a
Yeah.
puppet is just creepy.
Creepy.
It's the
For sure.
creepiest fucking.
But the main character in that movie is creepier than the ones that are meant to look creepy, in my opinion.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're like vulture monsters.
Those things
Yeah.
are cool. What were the scar stack?
Sleazax?
Sleaze, is that what it is? They're from like Land of the Lost, I believe.
All I know is that they brutally murder people in that movie, and like someone dies in lava.
The movie's
so
great.
disturbing. It was so. I watched it accidentally when I was like 6, and it was just never the same.
Movie's
I
great.
was never the same.
Well,
All right, fucking A.
hey,
another-
we're
No.
back. We're going to be... Are we going to do like... No, we don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Do what?
Please follow us on Instagram and subscribe on iTunes. Give us
Oh
a rating.
yeah.
Also, stop on by.
Tell your friends about it too.
Tell your friends and tell their friends, and then tell your cats and your dogs.
Try and figure out where we live and visit us and not say why.
No.
No, don't do
Yeah.
that.
Have you seen Star Wars yet?
Nope.
God damn
I almost saw it, but then I didn't.
it. You should see it. Actually, no, you probably shouldn't see it.
I probably will at some point. I got a new.
I have a
Blu-ray
feeling
player,
you won't like
so
this one the most.
I might
Actually.
just buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.